Okay, good day everyone. So, welcome to our first topic for your finals, which is Jose Rizal and Philippine nationalism, Bayani and Kabayanihan. So, for the finals, we only have two topics left, which is Bayani and Kabayanihan and Jose Rizal as a national symbol. So, we will no longer discuss Rizal's view on the future of the Philippines kasi napahapyawan na natin siya uh, during the reporting. So, we will skip to the concept of bayani and kabayanihan. So, probably um, within this week, matapos na natin lahat ng topics for the finals para buwelo na tayo comes next week. So yeah, let's start. What are the topics? What are the contents? Uh, or what are the subtopics that we are going to tackle today? So we will discuss the definition of Philippine nationalism. We will be also discussing who is Dr. Rizal, what does a hero or bayani means. We will be also looking at the word bayani, and we will be also looking at the changing forms and definitions of bayani and kabayanihan. We will be also discussing why is Rizal the greatest Filipino hero that ever lived, and then Rizal and Philippine nationalism. Next, Rizal and the development of Filipino nationalism. And last one is the propaganda movement. So, yeah. What is Philippine nationalism? So, the Filipino nationalism refers to the formation and promotion of a political identity associated with the modern nation state of the Philippines, which results in a broad campaign for political, social, and economic freedom in the Philippines. So, medyo hindi natin maintindihan itong definition na to. So, let me explain. The Philippine nationalism daw is about creating and spreading the idea of what it means to be a Filipino. And of course, fighting for the things like freedom, fairness, and equality in the Philippines, just like what our national hero, Jose Rizal, did. So, Filipino nationalism is all about building a strong sense of unity and working towards making the country better for everyone who lives in the Philippines. So the Filipino nationalism is the patriotic sentiments and nationalistic ideals in the Philippines in 19th century. It is also the result or the outcome of the Filipino propaganda movement. So as we all know, the Filipino propaganda movement is the social movement which was aimed to raise awareness about the Philippines. And of course, uh, for they aimed so that one of their goals is to garner support for independence during the Spanish colonial period. So, the Philippine nationalism is that it also served as the backbone of the first nationalist revolution in Asia, the Philippine Revolution of 1896. So, ibig sabihin nito, yung Filipino nationalism daw is the major force or the major reason behind the Philippine Revolution, which resulted in a successful anti-colonial revolution in Asia. So, who is Dr. Jose Rizal? I know that by now, you already know who Dr. Jose Rizal is. But, uh, just to make a summary, Jose Rizal is known as the father of Filipino nationalism and the first Filipino. Not because he helped establish an independent state, but because he was instrumental in the creation of the concept of Filipino as an ethno-political collective. So, siya yung, dahil kay Rizal, nabuo yung concept na Filipino. So, I mean, Filipino as a collective term for the people of the Philippines. So, because of that, Jose Rizal has been acclaimed as the father of Philippine nationalism dahil sa kanyang talino and of course his support for Philippine independence. So, what does a hero or bayani means? So, there are so many definitions of what a hero or bayani means. So, let's look at the different definitions. We have the definition from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. So, sabi dito sa Merriam-Webster, a hero is a mythological or legendary figure. So, ibig sabihin, mga myths lang siya. Hindi masyadong makatotohanan. Parang yung mga extraordinaryong tao. Like si Superman, mga ganyan. So, yan yung concept ng hero according to Merriam-Webster. An illustrious warrior, a person admired for achievements and noble qualities, one who shows courage, and, ito yung sinabi ko kanina, qualities of the gods, extraordinary strength, bravery, and ability. According to Vaicashan's dictionary, a hero is a patriot, a cooperative endeavor. It shows mutual aid. He is also a person who volunteers or offers free service or labors to a cooperative endeavor to prevail. A leading man in a play. So, yung hero naman dito, according sa Vaicashan Dictionary, is isa siyang bida, leading man sa isang play. We also have the definition coming from the UP Dictionaryong Filipino. So, according to UP Dictionaryong Filipino, a hero is a person of extraordinary courage and ability. So, a person considered to possess extraordinary talents or someone who did something noble. And according to the Vocabulario de la Lengua, to be a hero is someone who is brave or valiant, someone who works towards a common task or cooperative endeavor. But this is the perfect definition of what a hero is. So we have the definition coming from the Filipino historian and pantayong pananaw proponent, Dr. Zeus Salazar. So, sabi niya, yung term na bayani is different from the word heroes or from the concept of heroes. Kasi, yung mga bayani daw, sila yung mga taong naglalakbay at bumabalik sa bayan. So, sila ay lumalaban ng may kooperasyon. Meaning, dapat may teamwork. Yung concept ng bayani is also related with teamwork, cooperation. While yung Western concept of a hero, lumalaban mag-isa daw. Kasi nga, they possess an extraordinary power. So, kaya nilang mag-isa. 'Di ba? Gaya ni Superman, ni Spider-Man, na nilalabanan nilang mag-isa yung mga villains. So, ang mga bayani ay hindi kailangan mamatay upang maging bayani. Kailangan niya lang gumawa ng magagandang impluwensya at mga gawain sa bayan upang tawaging bayani. So, we have kasi we have the paniniwala, or we have the notion na kapag sinabing bayani, kailangan mo nang mamatay para sa bayan. But according to Dr. Sue Salazar, not necessary na kailangan mong mamatay para sa bayan. According to him, pwede kang maging bayani by showing good influences sa mga sa bayan mo, sa Philippines. May naidulot kang magandang impluensya sa iyong lugar, sa iyong country, sa iyong bansa. So, yan yung definition naman ng bayani according to Dr. Sue Salazar. Na hindi mo kailangan mamatay para sa iyong bayan, but with just a simple act of contributing something to your country, you can be a hero in your own ways. So, let's look at the salitang bayani. Ang salitang bayani sa Pilipinas ay isang Austronesian na salita na dinala ng ating mga katutubo sa ating mga bayan. So, usually, yung mga bayani daw, sila yung mga mandirigma, kung saan sila nangunguna sa pagtanggol sa pamayanan laban sa kinakaharap na mga kaaway at panganib. So, may mga ilang dertibo ng salitang bayani. So, we have bahani, mahani, bagabnim, and bahani. So, yung salitang bahani may 5 levels or 5 antas. We have the maniklad, hanagan, kinabuan, luto, and lunugom. So, discuss natin isa-isa itong mga levels of being a hero or antas ng pagiging isang bayani. Isa kang manikalad, magiging considered kang isang manikalad kapag nakapatay ka ng isa o dalawang kaaway. So, the manikalad is the lowest type of bayani. So, again, manikalad kapag nakapatay ka ng isa o dalawang kaaway. So, hanagan, siya yung second level of being bayani. So, kailangan sumailalim muna siya sa isang ritual na dapat sapian muna daw siya ni Tagbusaw. So, si Tagbusaw, siya ang Diyos ng pakikipagdigma. And kailangan niyang kainin yung atay at puso ng kaaway. And then we have the third level ng bayani, which is kinabuan. So, yung kinabuan, medyo matapang-tapang na din tong type of bayani na to. Kasi, itong bayani ito nakamatay na ng 20 hanggang 27. So, 20 to 27 people. So, we have the luto. So, ito naman, malupit-lupit kasi nakapatay na siya ng 50 hanggang 100 kaaway. So, 50 to 100 enemies. And then, last one, we have the lunugum. So, pagpatay sa kaaway sa loob mismo ng kanyang tahanan. So, kapag napatay mo yung kalaban mo sa kanyang bahay, you are already considered as lunugum. or the highest level of being a bayani. So, as you can see, yung term na bayani and kabayanihan, it is constantly changing. Kasi before, yung concept of bayani refers only to those contributed to the birth of nation. So, usually, yung mga considered bayani before is sila yung nag-contribute sa pagkakaroon ng independensya ng Pilipinas. Gaya ni na Jose Rizal, Digong Burza, and the Andres Bonifacio, etc. However, in today's time, in this contemporary time, in this modern day, so a bayani may refer to someone who contributes to a nation in a global world. So, one case in point is our overseas Filipino workers. So, alam naman natin yung mga OFWs natin, they are considered as our modern day hero. Kasi, marami silang sinasakripisyo sa ibang bansa, and at the same time, they are also helping the economy of the Philippines na maging na tumaas din yung ekonomiya ng Pilipinas. We also have the soldiers na nakikipaglaban, the soldiers that continually fight for our independence, lalong-lalo na yung mga soldiers na naipadala doon sa mga red areas, gaya nung sa Mindanao, sa Marawi, or doon sa mga lugar kung saan maraming NPA. We also have yung mga naipadala natin sa West Philippine Sea na patuloy pa ring nakikipaglaban with the China, with the Chinese vessels, di ba? So, they are sacrificing their own lives. They are sacrificing their time with their family just to protect protect our country. So, sila yung mga modern day bayani. So, why is Rizal considered as the greatest Filipino hero that ever lived? Kasi, sabi daw, Jose Rizal took an admirable part in the propaganda campaign. So, maraming na-contribute si Dr. Jose Rizal sa propaganda movement. Aside from that, he fought for Philippine freedom in an exceedingly silent but powerful way. Through what? Bakit silent? Kasi ang ginamit niya hindi dahas, but through his writings. Yung mga novels, yung mga essays, yung mga articles na pinapublish ni Dr. Jose Rizal, yun, yung ginagamit niya para mamulat tayo sa katotohanan na ito yung pinaparamdam sa atin ng mga Espanyol na kailangan natin silang labanan. So, ganon. Jose Rizal was also a multifaceted intellectual and a political activist best known for his political writings that inspired the Philippine Revolution. So, yung novels daw ni Dr. Jose Rizal na Noli at El Fili, yan yung nag-inspire para mag-revolt yung mga Filipinos against the Spaniards. So, Rizal showed interest in and exerted enough efforts to ignite Filipinos' interest in history. And Rizal's novels such as No Limitang Here and El Filibusterismo became the Bible of the Philippine nationalism. And Rizal also created the La Liga Filipina. So basically, yung career ni Rizal spanned into two worlds. First, among small communities of Filipino students in Madrid and other European cities, he became a leader and eloquent spokesman. Ibig sabihin ng eloquent spokesman, magaling na tagapagsalita. So, siya yung usually nagsasalita or siya yung usually leader ng Filipino students doon sa Madrid. And another one, he is also a we all know that Jose Rizal is also fond of science and history. So, in the wider world of European science and scholarship, particularly in Germany, he formed close relationships with prominent natural and social scientists. So, kung mapapansin niyo, all-in-one si Rizal dito. Si Rizal is the most outstanding propagandist, a physician, a scholar, a scientist, and a writer. So, multifaceted, very talented itong si Dr. Jose Rizal. And let's move forward with the establishment of the propaganda movement. So, sabi nga natin kanina, during the first slide, the propaganda movement is the social movement which aimed to raise awareness about the Philippines during the Spanish colonization. So, they aimed to garner some support for independence during the Spanish colonial period. So, here are the goals of the propaganda movement. So, first, bakit tinatag yung propaganda movement? Because they feel that there is a need to represent the Philippines in the Cortes Generales, which is the Spanish Parliament. Kasi yung Parliament before, mostly dominated by the Spanish. So, walang tagapagsalita yung Pilipinas. Kaya, itinatag itong propaganda movement para magkaroon ng representation yung Philippines in the Cortes Generales. Next is the secularization of the clergy. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, kung napanood ninyo yung Gomburza, ito yung pinaglalaban ni Padre Zamora. And then, we have the legalization of Spanish and Filipino equality. So, because the propaganda movement believe na kailangan equal din yung mga Pilipino at yung mga Espanyol kasi nasa Pilipinas tayo. And then, they also they also wanted to create a public school system independent of the friars. Kasi kung matatandaan niyo during our previous discussion, I think midterms, 'di ba, may mga public school naman na existing noon, but they are still under the management of the Spanish friars. So, gusto nila makatatag din ng mga public school na hindi hawak ng mga praile. Next, equal opportunity for Filipinos and Spanish to enter government service. So, kasi during the Spanish colonial period, yung mga tumatakbo lang sa government under the Spanish colonization is yung mga may lahing Espanyol or yung mga pure-blooded Espanyol. Yung mga Filipinos, ang natatakbuhan lang nilang position is yung pinaka-lowest position available during that time. So, hindi pwedeng tumakbo sa isang pinakamataas na position yung mga Filipinos before. Kaya, medyo nagalit din yung mga Pilipino noon. Kaya, yan yung isang goal ng propaganda movement. And then, we have the recognition of the Philippines as a province of Spain. Next, alam naman natin na during the Spanish colonization, uso yung polo is servisyo and vandala. So, polo is servisyo is forced labor, and vandala, ito yung tax na binabayaran ng mga Pilipino before. So, sabi ng mga propagandista, kailangan natin i-abolish ito para matulungan natin yung mga Pilipino na umangat sa buhay. Kasi sobrang hirap ng mga Filipino before. So, imagine sobrang pinapahirapan nila sila ng mga Espanyol, mababa pa yung kanilang sweldo, and then may forced labor pa, and then nagbibigay pa sila ng taripa or tax sa mga Espanyol. So, wala talaga yung mga Filipino during the Spanish colonization. And then we also have the guarantee of basic freedom of speech and association. So, kasi before, 'di ba, mahuli ka lang na nagbabasa or napag-uusapan yung parang what if mag-revolt tayo, mga ganyan, pinapahuli or pinapapatay na kaagad ng mga Espanyol. So, one of the goals of the propaganda movement is, of course, magkaroon tayo or ma-achieve natin yung isa sa basic rights natin, which is yung freedom of speech and freedom to form associations. So, that is all for the Jose Rizal and Philippine nationalism, the concept of bayani and kabayanihan. So, next video, we will be discussing the concept Jose Rizal as a national symbol. So, tatalakayin natin bakit si Dr. Jose Rizal, si Dr. Jose Rizal ba, siya talaga ba yung ating pambansang bayani or meron pa bang iba? So, yan. Diyan natin yan tatalakayin sa next video. So, thank you for listening.